Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, weatherweb.net, and it is Sunday the 20th of October. Thanks again for watching. Got loads for you today, so better get on with it nice and quick. And first up, great satellite picture from this afternoon, showing low pressure centred across Ireland here, and bands of showers. You can see one there, and we've got another one in here, and another one in here, moving the way northwards through the country. But this one here down to the south is the one that's causing really heavy rain at the moment, spreading across southwest and southern parts of England. By the time you watch this, it's probably all over. It'll be bringing some thunderstorms as well, and wouldn't rule out the risk of some small tornadoes in there as well this afternoon. It's one of those systems that lines itself up nicely for that sort of thing. Don't panic, we do get them all the time, but it's always interesting just to think that they're around. Radar picture was picking up nicely on it this afternoon as well. There it is, that big system. But look, even these showers moving across the north were heavy as well, with the yellow and orange colours in there. Some heavy showers here across eastern Wales and the western mids as well. Now, it's not showers on Monday that'll be the problem. It's going to be some pretty heavy rain spreading its way northwards. This is the chart for 4 o'clock in the morning for the Met Office high resolution model. You see it here down towards the south, still with heavy showers across Scotland. By 7 o'clock in the morning, the rain's tracking north, and it continues to do so through the morning, so that by midday it's across Northern Ireland, Northern England, and we've still got this residual heavy rain and showers across central and southern parts of England and Wales as well. The rain then continues its journey northwards into the afternoon. Here's the pressure chart for Monday. Shows the fronts tracking northwards. Look, heavy rain associated with them. Drier across Scotland though some showers, excuse me, up towards the north. Pretty breezy down in the south as well, with this hang back of rain through the Midlands and through Wales, making for the wet conditions there. So all of us wet then through Monday. For Tuesday, still got low pressure in control, and quite a bit of rain again. Scotland down through England and also through Wales. Waiting to try and get some slightly dry weather through Ireland into the western parts of the country, but again staying unsettled. And it stays unsettled through Wednesday too, although it should be a better day. Low pressure up to the north, a mix of sunshine and showers being blown in on this brisk westerly wind. Perhaps feeling a little bit cooler on Wednesday afternoon. For Thursday, back to rain spreading into the south once again, some of it heavy for Wales, southwest England, southern Ireland and the far south of England. Elsewhere, drier start, but then the cloud and the outbreaks of rain spreading northwards, probably drier across eastern parts of England and northeast England. A few showers coming into northern and western parts of Scotland, pretty chilly up there as well. And then through Friday, dominated again by low pressure, so staying unsettled, rain affecting many western and northern areas, as you can see there, but drier in more central and eastern parts ahead of showers moving in later. Probably pretty chilly through Scotland again, thanks to that north to northeasterly wind, and it's there where we'll find most of the rain too. So an unsettled week ahead, but the question is what happens after that. You know that I've been saying I thought pressure might try and build in for a day or two as we get to the end of the month. So just interesting to compare the charts. This is the Canadian ensemble. Now I like this obviously because here's the ridge. Look, from that warm air pumping north, you see the ridge there in the height line. So it's trying to do something, and it's trying to bring in cold air towards the northwest, which in turn would build a trough out towards the east like so, build a ridge in like that. Wouldn't last for very long, but it would give us 2 or 3 days of fair weather. Now, it all disappears, look, if you look at the ECMWF, although there are hints of a ridge out here in the west. So it is trying to do something similar, but it's holding back the trough out here. So already got it developed in there, already got the ridge in there. I think this whole system needs to be moved further west. But if this came true, that's a real cold look to the ECMWF with those winds coming in from the north. Well, at least cold across Scotland. The ECMWF ensemble as well just flattens things out, really, just makes it into a straight westerly flow. Here's that cold air, look, piling in up towards the north. If that got into Scotland, it'll make things certainly chilly and quite wintry up there for a while. And then the ensemble looks like this. Again, no real hints of the ridge being there. A little bit of a weak one across Eastern Europe, bit of a weak one here across the Western Channel, but generally got a trough in there and these westerly winds blowing in. So some models got it, some models haven't. There's absolutely no support for it at the moment, but I still think 2 or 3 days of fairer weather, particularly to the south and the east of the country. CFS remaining interesting today. This is the week 1 outlook, and got higher than normal heights towards the west, lower than normal heights out towards the out towards the west, higher than normal heights towards the east. That results in this south to southwesterly flow, which of course we're going to be seeing during the course of this week. So backs up the unsettled conditions. Week 2 looking like this. High pressure really building strongly according to the CFS across the south, so towards the south of the country during the week. Lower than normal pressure up towards the north, or lower than normal heights towards the north. This would strengthen the jet during this period, 22nd to the 7th of November, through the UK. And what it would do is bring quite a sharp contrast of heavy rain and strong winds, Scotland, Northern Ireland, possibly the far north of England, but much drier with that higher than normal heights down towards the south. So drier across southern and eastern England. So it's trying to kind of suggest that there may be that slight spell of slightly dry weather there. Although really clutching at straws, if we take too much notice at the moment. But when we get on to week 3, look, here's the higher than normal heights down to the south again. Lower than normal heights up here towards the north. So your higher pressure's down here, your low pressure's up here, look. And again, it shows the hints of the south and the east possibly becoming dry with a strong jet stream blowing across Scotland, Northern England, Northern Ireland, bringing heavier rain there. So it's trying to do it again. But it really is the final period, getting into here, that I'm interested in. I'll tell you why. Because then the high's gone, so we've got no worries there then, I don't think. But we've got lower pressure moving into northern Scotland here. So lower than normal heights will be centred through here. Got a ridge across the States. What that does is it pumps the cold air into the back of this trough here. Okay, then it comes round, so the flow is doing something like that, and it builds the ridge here across southern parts of Europe, while we've got a ridge out here as well. Now, what's going to be interesting is what happens to that low, because the CFS then pulls it south and pulls in cold northeasterly winds in the week after. The result of that would be to lower temperatures, keep unsettled conditions, and now don't run away saying Simon says it's going to snow, but brings the possibility of some wintry weather in the middle of November. This is the temperature predicted by the CFS for the week ending 16th of November. Notice pretty mild, yeah? We've got 7s up here to the north, we've got 13s down here to the south, so it's mild. But watch what happens. There's week 5. So this is the week up to the 23rd of November. Just look at that for a temperature drop. This is the result of lower pressure being out here somewhere, possibly, and bringing in cold north to northeasterly winds. You see here that it stays, well, it's still quite cold down over France, but it pulls in these winds, so it makes it cooler, and it brings the possibility of wintry weather, the first wintry spell of weather to the UK for this winter across really most parts. Now, very early days, it's something that needs to be watched, but it's interesting that suddenly the CFS says, okay, we're going to see this break of this cold air coming in from the north, that cold air piling up towards the north now, and it says this is when it breaks through. Doesn't last very long because this is week 6. Look, temperatures are back up. And so it's only a very short-lived thing. But this idea of the cold air intruding from the north is probably not a bad story to be thinking of as we go into this stage of the late part of autumn into early winter. I'm hoping to have a full winter forecast online for you during the course of this week, full winter video. But I just wanted to show you how that is developing right now. So, of course, I'll keep you up to date right through. But for now, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.